guys, so as you saw in the last clip, I just started reading Our Crooked Hearts by Melissa Albert, and I'm currently on chapter 12. I'm on chapter 12, 74 pages in, and I'm really liking this so far. This is a book essentially about witches and about this group of girls that, or it's these two friends that have been friends for ever since they were little. And they meet this girl, and this girl turns out to have these like magical witchy abilities. So it's very much giving like The Craft. If you guys have ever seen that movie, it's very much giving those kinds of vibes. And right now we are currently going back and forth between the past and the present. Present is following the daughter of one of the girls that start having these witchy abilities, and the past follows the three little group of friends that start using the witchy abilities. So right now it seems like we're getting hints to the fact that the daughter might have the same kind of abilities and like seeings that the mom used to have when she was younger. And it seems like the mom now is really trying to repress those abilities and is keeping it a secret from her daughter specifically, but also I think her son too. I'm pretty sure the husband knows, because they sometimes whisper among each other, kind of like they're trying to hide a secret. So I think the husband knows what's up, but I don't think the kids know. So essentially right now in the past, it is barely the start of the three girls starting to learn how to use witchy abilities, because the two long-term friends are asking the new girl that has joined their little group how she does all of her abilities, how she is able to do all the like weird things that she can do. So that's what I think we're going to barely learn, seeing how like the friend learned how to have those abilities. But yeah, I'm really liking this. This is very atmospheric. The writing is very captivating. It really makes you want to continue reading. And I'm really loving the whole kind of like mystery that's going on right now, especially with the daughter, because there's some weird things happening to her and like around her. And she, at the very beginning of the book, she had a fight with her boyfriend, and they were driving back to her place, and in order to do that they had to drive through the woods. And as they were driving through the woods, they saw, or I'm pretty sure she saw this like girl that was like naked, and she was very pale. She had like white hair, and she was acting really weird, and the only one who could like see her was the girl. I don't remember her name. Oh, Ivy, sorry. So Ivy, the daughter, sees that girl, and the girl says her name, and it's almost like she recognizes her. So I'm not sure if that girl is like maybe confusing the daughter for the mom, Dana, who is the one that was a part of the friend group from the past that learned how to do these like magical abilities. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but ever since then, just a bunch of weird stuff is happening. So we don't know why. We don't know if like maybe if it's because the girl Ivy is now getting older, and now she's kind of getting to the age where the magical abilities from the mom are gonna get passed down to her or something. I'm not sure, but either way, it's really good right now. So I'm gonna keep reading, and hopefully I'll be able to read maybe like another 100 pages. I really want to finish it soon because it's not long. It's only like a little bit over 300 pages, and it's a pretty fast read. Like it's really captivating. So I really want to be able to finish this. So yeah, I will check back in when I've read a little bit. Alright, so I'm happy to report that I just finished Our Crooked Hearts by Melissa Albert. And I really like this book, actually. I think I'm gonna give it like a 4 or a 4.5 out of 5 stars. It was really good. It was so like captivating, and it was so mysterious. And Melissa Albert's writing was so, it was so like easy to read, but at the same time, it just really like hooked you in. I think I said this before when I first started, that it really like hooks you in, and it just makes you want to continue reading on. And I really like the whole flashback and present day kind of timeline that we were following. So essentially, whenever we would encounter something weird or something unusual in the present time, the next chapter would always go back to the past and kind of explore that idea further, or explain why that weird thing is happening now in the present. And I just thought like that was such a good way to unravel the mystery, but still keep it very intriguing and make you want to just like continue reading like chapter after chapter. Like once I started reading it, like it was just really hard to put down. So much so that I ended up reading like the last almost 200 pages in a day, almost, or like 2 days. But it was really good, and I really appreciate the fact that it focused a lot on women and the relationship between women, and the kind of friendship, the kind of bonds, and the familial ties that you can create with someone that isn't necessarily of your own blood. And also there are queer characters, and there are like subtle sapphic elements. Like it's not a queer like focus story, but it definitely includes and referenced a very like much alluded to the fact that some of these characters are queer in a very like natural, just like human way. Like that wasn't the story doesn't have a main like romance plot. There is some little like romance tidbits in here, but that's not really the point of the story. Like the point of the story is about this relationship between a daughter and her mom, and her best friend that becomes her sister, and then her other best friend that they have this really like weird and kind of estranged relationship that gets kind of broken and mended throughout the years. So it was so good. I highly recommend it if you are looking for a fantastical, magical, witchy narrative, especially one that focuses on women. Like the men here, like there's like three male characters, and you like rarely really see them, honestly. They're rarely on page, and they're really just there to, they're just there. Honestly, like it really is just about the women, which I love. I love reading stories about that. And especially, when they have some kind of fantastical magical element to them. And the writing is just so, it's so like, it's nothing crazy. It's not like flowery or purple prose specifically. But it just, Melissa Albert is able to just create such a great atmospheric read. Like it really just immerses you into the story and into the world. And even though this is like a contemporary or like an urban fantasy kind of setting, so an urban fantasy like genre, so like it is taking place on Earth in our universe. Like she mentions, a bunch of like different stores, different like food brands, all this stuff. So it is like our universe, but it's just the way that she's able to implement these magical ties and just make the world seem so different that you almost forget that it is the same universe that we live in. And it makes it, honestly, like it makes me really think that there, like, magic truly does exist in the world, especially because there are so many like folk tales and myths and urban legends, and then there's like curanderas, and there's all these like indigenous kind of stories that touch upon these magical elements. So it's like, it's really easy to just believe that this could be possible, even though, we don't have any solid or scientific evidence. But it was just overall such a good read. And I feel like this cover, this special edition, it's the story is so well, so much better than the original cover. The original cover is not, it's just not it, okay? Like this is lovely. Also, the fact that it doesn't even have like a dust jacket, like it literally just came like this, makes the book feel like it's its own like grimoire, or it's its own magical book that you just open up and you can read all these spells and all these enchantments. And it's an enchanting read for sure. It's just great overall. So if you are someone who loves urban fantasy, loves like the craft, I mentioned before, the craft, like these has so much of the craft elements, and just overall just or even if you're really into like a mystery or a plot that kind of gets you to wonder what is going on and kind of gets you to theorize about what could have happened to the girls, or what these girls could have done in the past that is now like following them into their future and their present. Like, this is a really good read. I highly recommend. And so far, this gets a gold star in the little series that I'm making, trying to figure out whether the books from subscription boxes are worth it or not. And so far, this is a yes. This definitely is curated for fantasy lovers and just people who love a good reading experience. So, highly recommend. I definitely want to check out her other books, and I think it's a series, The Hazelwood. I know I have heard a few people talk about this one, and they also say that it's very atmospheric as well. And given how much I really liked her writing, I'm definitely going to give this a shot. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But anyway, that will be the end of this little reading vlog. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you continue on following this little reading project, reading test that I'm doing with my bookish subscription boxes. I'm going to be choosing the next read soon, so look out for that video. And then obviously I will continue doing a reading vlog for whatever book I end up picking as well. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you want. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.